drug mule theory clarification. Thank you all for your comments. I do value the engagement. Thank you to those who have agreed with ideas, and thank you to those who have offered me alternative perspectives. At no stage do I assume that I am correct. I do not think I know what happened, but I am sharing my processing while I work out this riddle. Let me apologize for a poorly edited presentation yesterday. There seems to be much more confusion about what I am proposing may have occurred, and I take full responsibility for not representing my idea as best as I should have. Please allow me to correct the confusion and elaborate a little. Firstly, to understand my theory, we need to step back for a minute from the notion that this case involves the big FISH. Let's assume, for the sake of the presentation, that there are a group of teens from the UK who have experience selling at festivals. Not a lot of experience looking at their ages, but some limited experience. Let's also assume that they don't have the connections or clout to get loads of substances abroad on tick to sell, but they do in the UK. Now we have established the factors for this exercise. Let's look at the model used in the UK. Please correct me if I am wrong. Teens will take the substances to the festival and sell. So in this model, if the festival was Glasgow, the teens from Leeds would not buy in Somerset. They would take their own. If just for the purpose of this presentation, we apply that model to this festival. In this scenario, Brandon, Brad, Lucy, and Jay, and probably others had arranged to graph the festival. Brandon and a mate, and Lucy and a mate did their journey to Tenerife, and the mates had 8 eighths hidden in an orifice. A few days later, a couple others come over. LK maybe. I would suggest that most of them used a rear or prison wallet, whatever you want to call it, up their butt. Some people have a problem sticking something up their butt, and I suggest that Jay may have been one of these people. The alternative would mean swallowing them. That itself is quite a daunting task, and I could imagine if I were required to swallow 3.5-gram balls, I would choke. But if I had to take them, I would repackage them into smaller parcels. Remember, Jay had saved up and was looking forward to it, but then didn't want to go and had to be persuaded, according to his mother's interview. I can hear Brad saying, "Bro, just split them into 16ths and swallow them." I may well be very wrong, but I can actually see this happening in real life, or something similar. I know many people want there to be gangsters and international drug cartels involved. I understand that it is way more interesting and fascinating for the audience if there is a massive subplot going on, but most of the time crimes are closer to home. I know by dropping the Mafia and an Island M.R. Biggs out of my equation, it raises the question of what happened to Jay after the club then. In this scenario, Jay swallowed 16 little packs in the UK, and several didn't come out in Tenerife, down to factors like dehydration, and not eating much. His body may have been a bit constipated. Sweating, dancing in the heat. Skipping meals as you do. I don't think the money for the packs was an issue, but it may have started a rumor between mates. Is he lying? Did he nick the packs? Have to wait and see. By the time it was confirmed he was dead or dying and disposed of after an hour's worth of panicking and scrambling about to come up with a plan. But they did need help. That help had to be from people they could trust. People who knew the island, the police, the ways around things. Things like webcams that don't archive. Someone who will then have to carry on helping them to deflect the truth. Someone who can still search the area after the search is called off. Someone who was still there when the police had cordoned the roads off that weekend Jay was found. I'm hoping you all have a name in mind. Let me know who you think was their savior. Before I go, I don't assume I am correct, but accept that this scenario does actually work. If you disagree, please let me know what parts don't work for you, as I would value the different perceptions. Any questions, drop them below. Anything you want me to have a think about, let me know below. Thank you for your time again. I hope I cleared up any confusion I may have caused. Hit the like if you do. Sub and tune back in for more.